You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken Tech for your ears.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're jumping into some really interesting stuff happening where design, tech, and culture meet. We've got a mix of industry news and insights here, some surprising product stuff, but also some, deeper critiques about how design actually gets done.
Exactly. And our goal today really is to sift through it all, find the important bits. It's not just about what's new, but understanding why it matters and maybe spotting some underlying trends and how things are shifting.
Okay, let's get into it. First up, tech and product design. There's this hands-on video showing a dummy model of the iPhone 17 Air, and what really jumps out is how incredibly thin it is. Black finish, just one camera in this full-width bar. It looks totally different from the bulkier Pro Max renders we've seen. What's Apple really signaling with that kind of split?
That's a good question. It shows Apple constantly tweaking, right? And related to that, they've actually adjusted their liquid glass design elements. Those see-through bars and buttons, they've added more frost, basically, made them less transparent.
Oh, really?
To improve readability. Apparently, users were complaining, so it definitely helps with usability. But some folks feel it's kind of dialing back that original slicker look, almost a step backward visually.
That classic tension. Aesthetics versus function.
Exactly. It's always a balancing act. Are they leaning more towards pure utility now? Maybe sacrificing a bit of that visual flair?
That's interesting. And speaking of things that stick around, what about icons?
Yeah.
Even when the tech is gone, like the floppy disk for save. I mean, nobody uses floppies anymore, right? But apparently, 80% of people still know what that icon means.
Yeah, isn't that wild? 83%. It really says something about how powerful those established mental models are.
Yeah.
We learn something means save, and it sticks even decades after the physical thing disappears, like muscle memory.
So it's not just a funny quirk.
Not at all. It shows how hard it is to change fundamental user habits and expectations. Which kind of leads to another point. There's this growing critique that UX design might be relying too much on data, on A/B testing everything.
You mean focusing on tiny improvements instead of real innovation?
Sort of, yeah. The idea is that analytics tell you what people are doing, but they often miss the why. The emotion, the motivation behind it.
Okay, so data's useful, but it's not the whole story.
Exactly. You need to balance it with creativity, with intuition. Use the data as a starting point, not the final answer. It ties into good system design principles, too, prioritizing simplicity, reliability, maybe even, boring solutions that just work over something overly complex.
Right. And tools play a role here, too, don't they? Like Figma. Its influence is massive now. Features like auto layout and dev mode are super efficient, great for engineers, polished prototypes.
Right.
But is there a risk they sort of funnel creativity too early? Maybe lead to everything looking a bit samey?
That's definitely a concern people are raising. Does hyper-efficiency sometimes come at the cost of exploration? Does it push designers towards solutions that fit the tool rather than the problem? Something to think about.
Definitely. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. We've talked tech and process, but design hits culture too. On a lighter note, did you see the new SpongeBob SquarePants stamps from the USPS? They launched August 1st in Times Square. 4 fun designs celebrating the cartoon. Kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a great example of a strong visual identity just becoming part of the cultural landscape, right? Beyond just the show. And it connects to bigger branding efforts, too. Figma's own team spent 10 months on the visual identity for their Config 2025 conference.
10 months for a conference identity.
10 months, centered around these expressive animated glyphs made from basic shapes. It was for over 10,000 attendees, tied into product launches. A massive undertaking.
Wow. That's serious commitment.
It is. And then you see something similar but different with the St. John's College Cambridge rebrand by someone. That wasn't just a logo tweak. It was about bridging history and modernity. They redrew the crest, used this very cinematic style, aiming it squarely at prospective Gen Z students, trying to feel relevant while honoring legacy.
That's smart. Using design to tell a story across time. So quite a journey today.
Yeah.
From tiny interface details on an iPhone to stamps and huge institutional rebrands.
It really covers the spectrum, and maybe the thought to leave you, the listener, with is this. In this world of constant design change, how much do we really value those basics, simplicity, reliability, compared to, the shiny new thing? And what unexpected designs, maybe like that floppy disk icon, will turn out to be the most enduring or even the most innovative down the road? Food for thought.
Spoken Tech for your ears.